Hello, how are you doing? I'm Andrzej Nedoma, your business coach and business advisor, and it's a lovely sunny morning or midday in Krakow. So I'm happy to record this story for you today from my personal garden. And I will start with a personal story because today our topic is about saying no as one of the major tools owned by every CEO. So rarely used, this tool of saying no, because we like saying yes, because we like to be liked, and when we say yes, we feel like we participate, people appreciate us, and by the way, we do not lose on an opportunity. So we are in this yes mode pretty often. But I wanted to tell you how changing no how saying no changed everything for me. And namely, it was in 2016. I was running the IT company, software as a service company called XTRF. Probably you heard about this company if you know a little bit of my story. And in 2016, we're in a kind of difficult situation where we didn't come to terms with our investors. So expecting another round of investment, they at the very end of our runway suddenly told us they will not proceed, and we have to become immediately financially independent. So that put our company in quite a struggle. And this period, I often called it the worst period of my professional career. Even though if I look back at this period right now, I think this was the period that really taught me the most. Not only about resilience, but also about business, about people, about engaging teams, about clarity, about including other team members and building other leaders, but also having them on board and working together towards the goal. All of that I learned in 2016, end of spring. And the situation, just to give you a little bit of context, was that I really liked this graph that was showing how much money we have till we burn it till zero, so till we ran out of cash. And when the investors told me they wouldn't proceed with the next round of investment as it was agreed, I had like close to €500,000 that I needed to have in my bank account within less than a month. It was like 3 weeks. And when you learn that now you just have few weeks till end of cash, and you have 100 people on board, and the company is running very, very nicely. We're just building the software as a service subscription model, changing from selling licenses to subscription. So from the growth perspective, it was fantastic, but from the financial perspective, at this very moment, it was tragical. I thought we would really die. And when I realized I have just few weeks, this is the moment when I had to decide what am I working on for these 3 or 4 weeks that we have ahead. And I knew that all I need to do is use every possible way to get this money to keep the business running, because I believed in this business. And if you know the story, you know we sold it. We bought the investors out few years later, and we sold it at a very nice evaluation. But back then I was just believing that this is still possible. And this is when I learned the power of saying no, because I had really no time for questions that were going beyond my 3-week period, for any issues that were not producing cash flow in to the business within 3 weeks. I didn't have time for clients who were coming with just tiny challenges. I didn't have time to tackle investment ideas or development ideas or discuss development ideas. Everything that was going behind my deadline, like 3 weeks from that day. So I had to say basically no to 99% of questions, posts, messages, emails, topics that were coming to my office and to my table. And you know what happened? I realized that I became like super efficient at my work, as if I got some superpower, because I was really doing what's the most important and critical towards our very well defined goal and I was doing nothing else. Of course, what I could delegate, I delegated, and people. We had quite a huge team. People were taking care of this, but I couldn't spend even a tiny bit of my attention to things that were not my priority. Everything was no, and this was my default answer in that time. And so you know this story, that we turned the situation around. We had to make redundant 25 people. We had to come to very specific agreements with the rest of the team that stayed with us, and we had to do lots of other things, but all of that allowed us to survive this difficult period, to emerge even stronger than before, to gain financial independence from investors, which led to buying the investors out